17 seconds left on the clock. Sophie Cunningham wide open in the corner. The easiest three-pointer she'll ever get in her life. And guess what happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Because while everyone's talking about that missed layup, nobody's talking about the shot that should have tied this game and sent us to overtime. I've got the footage, and after you see this breakdown, you're going to understand exactly why the Indiana Fever keeps breaking our hearts in these crucial moments.
I was going to come back with some hardcore concrete evidence proving that Sophie Cunningham was pretty much ignored in the last final seconds of the game, man. Now, we already know Kelsey Mitchell do not have a clutch bone in her body, dog. And I tried to tell y'all yesterday, bro.
What's good, Fever family? I know y'all have been waiting for this breakdown because I promised I'd come back with concrete evidence, and honey, I delivered. The footage I'm about to show you is going to explain exactly why we keep losing these crucial games, and it has nothing to do with talent. I've been defending this team all season, making excuses for missed shots and bad plays, but this video changed everything for me. When I saw how Sophie Cunningham got completely ignored in the most important moment of the game, I realized we've been looking at this all wrong. This isn't about one player missing a shot. This is about basketball IQ, decision-making, and knowing your role when everything's on the line. Let me walk you through what should have been the easiest basketball decision ever made. We're looking at the final 20 seconds, down by 3 points, and Sophie Cunningham is about to get the cleanest look you'll ever see in a clutch situation. Watch this screen action, it's perfectly executed. The screen gets set, Sophie slides to the corner, and she's got nothing but green grass in front of her. No defender within 5 feet. This is the kind of look that wins championships. And here's the beautiful part, there's still 17 seconds left on the clock when she's open. That's not a desperation heave, that's a rhythm three-pointer with plenty of time to execute. Even if she misses, we've got time for offensive rebounds or to foul and extend the game. Now watch Kelsey Mitchell's eyes during this whole sequence. She sees Sophie. There's no way she doesn't see her because Sophie is literally waving for the ball in her peripheral vision. But instead of making the obvious pass, Kelsey decides she's going to drive into traffic against multiple defenders. Look at this, she's got 3 defenders collapsing on her, while Sophie is standing there like, hello, I'm right here. This isn't a split-second decision where you don't have time to think. Kelsey has multiple opportunities to find Sophie, and she ignores every single one of them. This is basketball selfishness at its worst. This play breakdown reveals a fundamental problem with our closing lineup. When you have a player who refuses to make the obvious right basketball play, you can't win crucial games. Good basketball players understand situational awareness. Down 3 with time on the clock, you find your best three-point shooter for the clean look. It's basketball 101. But Kelsey Mitchell was so focused on trying to be the hero that she completely ignored winning basketball. Compare this to what championship teams do in these moments. They find their best shooter, they take the high percentage shot, and they trust their teammates to deliver. We're doing the complete opposite. Speaking of Sophie, today is actually her birthday. Maybe this video will upload later, but happy birthday to our hometown hero who deserves so much better than what happened in this game. Sophie Cunningham has been the most reliable clutch performer on this roster all season long. When the pressure ramps up, she delivers. When the lights get bright, she wants the ball. That's the kind of player you build your closing lineup around. Instead, we're wasting her talents because other players want to play hero ball in moments that require team basketball. Sophie earned the right to take that shot through months of clutch performances, but she got completely ignored when it mattered most. While we're talking about players getting ignored, let's address the Bibby situation. This girl had 8 points in her last game and then completely disappeared from the rotation. Chloe should have been on the floor during that final sequence, instead of watching players brick shots and make terrible decisions. She brings energy, she brings hustle, and most importantly, she brings unselfish basketball. But instead, we've got players logging heavy minutes who are turning the ball over, bricking threes, and refusing to make the right passes. It makes no sense from a basketball perspective. This footage represents something bigger than just one bad play. This is our 5th or 6th blown lead this season, where we had the game in our hands and threw it away with poor decision-making. Every single time, it comes down to the same problem: players trying to do too much instead of trusting the system and finding the open teammate. We're not losing these games because of talent, we're losing them because of basketball IQ failures. Look at successful WNBA teams and how they close games. They move the ball, they find the best shot available, and they trust their role players to make plays. We're doing none of that. Now, I'm not going to completely bash Stephanie White because we already know what we're getting with her coaching. But this play call and player rotation is partly on the coaching staff too. If you know Kelsey Mitchell has a tendency to play hero ball in crunch time, why do you keep putting her in position to make these mistakes? Why isn't Sophie getting designed plays to get her open looks? Good coaches recognize their players' strengths and weaknesses and put them in positions to succeed. Having your least clutch player handle the ball in the most important possession is coaching malpractice. Everyone keeps asking when Caitlin Clark is coming back, and honestly, I don't think it's happening anytime soon. And you know what? Maybe that's for the best right now, because she shouldn't have to watch her teammates make these kinds of mistakes. When CC does return, she's going to have to deal with the same problems we're seeing now: teammates who don't make the right basketball plays when it matters most. That's not fair to someone trying to lead a championship run. Caitlin brings basketball IQ and leadership that this team desperately needs, but she can't fix decision-making problems that run this deep throughout the roster. Here's the harsh reality: without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA goes back to being irrelevant for casual fans like me. I'm being completely honest about this because it's the truth. The league needs star power and exciting basketball to maintain mainstream attention. When games are decided by terrible decision-making instead of great plays, people stop watching. I became a fan because of the excitement and high-level basketball I was expecting to see. But watching players ignore wide-open teammates for bad shots, that's not entertaining basketball. Based on this footage breakdown, here's what needs to happen right now. First, Sophie Cunningham needs to be the primary option in all clutch situations. She's earned it. Second, players who consistently make selfish decisions in crucial moments need to lose closing minutes. You can't reward bad basketball IQ with important possessions. Third, the coaching staff needs to design plays that specifically get Sophie open looks in these situations. Stop leaving it up to chance and player discretion. Our next game is against Connecticut, and we better hope lessons were learned from this disaster. The Sun have elite perimeter defenders who are going to pressure every possession. If we're still making these same selfish decisions against better defensive teams, we're going to get blown out. Connecticut won't let us get away with hero ball and poor shot selection. This is where having Aaliyah Boston becomes crucial. She can usually score against their big players, but she needs to actually get touches in the post instead of watching guards brick threes. To Kelsey Mitchell, I'm not trying to destroy your confidence, but you have to start making the right basketball plays in crunch time. Your job is to find the best shot available, not to force bad shots. To Sophie Cunningham, keep being aggressive and demanding the ball in these moments. You've earned the right to take those shots, and your teammates need to recognize that. To the coaching staff, please start designing plays that get your best shooters clean looks, instead of hoping players make the right decisions on their own. This footage proves everything I've been saying about our closing lineup problems. Sophie Cunningham was completely ignored when she had the clearest path to tying the game. We can't keep making these same mistakes and expect different results. At some point, basketball IQ has to matter more than who thinks they're the star of the team. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Are you as frustrated as I am after seeing this breakdown? Should Sophie be getting these shots instead of watching from the corner? Make sure you subscribe for more honest analysis like this, because I'm going to keep breaking down these plays until our team starts making better decisions. Until next time, let's hope someone in that locker room watched this footage and learned something from it. Happy birthday, Sophie! You deserved better than this.